So back by popular demand, the green screen.
The green, well, which
with our logo.
probably isn't green right now.
No, it's not.
It's green for us.
Yeah.
Here in real time, but not green for you.
To us, it's the Hulk. Although I did get one comment about not having the green screen.
Really?
A listener actually commented. They said they liked seeing the door behind us because then they always thought someone might actually come in. They thought there might be a guest at any moment that someone might come in.
Well, they could still pop up from right here.
They could. Yeah, actually, that's through the
They could be
magic
underneath it. There is a table here. They could be underneath the table. There's plenty of places where visitors could appear from as if by magic.
I know we've talked about this with a few different beers that we were kind of cold on, and it seemed like maybe we missed it. Maybe we missed the mark. Had a few comments that like, wow, I'm surprised that's one of my favorites. But I don't think we've ever actually gotten around to doing any. We had the lupulin.
You mean revisiting?
Yeah, revisiting.
Yeah, okay,
one.
yeah.
I don't think we
actually have
done that.
Well,
we've actually podcasted on.
Well, now we did like in our pumpkin podcast. We did do the.
We brought a favorite back.
We brought a favorite back.
Okay.
Yes,
but have we brought
not one that is left in shame and disgrace?
Well, we'll be all about disgrace on this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew,
and I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we are about today is, like we said, one that we have had before, and it is the. I don't need to bring it up, right? Because it's right here. It'll show.
Yeah,
up.
It's right there already.
Okay.
It's the Ranger IPA
from New Belgium Brewery, and a couple of weeks ago, I was actually in San Diego, and the restaurant that we ate at had limited draft beer choices.
Limited meaning like what's a 5 or 6?
Yeah, probably, and not
3.
Nothing very exciting. Probably like a Bud or a Blue Moon, which is fine, but I just wasn't in the mood for that.
Wait, let's just get this out of the way. When you said which is fine, you just meant the Blue Moon, not the Bud.
Blue Moon, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and of course,
anybody,
and I'm sure just about everybody at least has to have Bud or Miller or something on tap, and like I said,
someday.
Actually what I started with, they had a Stone Pale Ale.
Oh, okay.
Which
the original.
I can't remember the last time I had Stone Pale Ale, and that was good. I mean, nothing wrong with it. Nothing didn't excite me though. But so when it came time to order beer number 2, I noticed that the Ranger IPA was on the menu, and I ordered it. Actually, I ordered a sample. I said, "Can I try this?" Because I actually said, "I've had this before, and I wasn't crazy about it, but can I have?" And she brought the sample, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. And I believe I actually texted you.
You did actually, and that was what started all this. We said, "Well, maybe we should try it again," and that's what we're doing. So, vital statistics. We've got alcohol 6.5%. You can buy this in 6-packs. I think they may even sell it in a bomber for some reason. I swear I've seen that maybe.
I think you may be right, actually.
And what does this usually run? Is it usual New Belgium pricing, $8 or $9?
Yeah, I think I got it. Well, I got it on Sunflower. It was on sale, actually, I think, for $6.99, but it was regularly $7.99.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got it on sale.
Sunflower, really deceptively good beer selection. Like, I don't always think of them off the top of my head. You think of some of your giant chains. We have a great local liquor store here, McGee Road Liquors, that we like going to. Yeah. But I don't always think of Sunflower, but I do now. I've gotten several things there. It's been really good. So
when I picked that up, I got the Odell's IPA.
For the IPA, not the Mercenary.
$8. They had the Mercenary, but it wasn't on sale.
Oh, okay.
$8 for the Odell's. It has been on its side, so it may.
That's all right.
It's been chilling, but it has been on its side.
That's how I usually chill, on my side.
Chill on my side. That's right. That's a good way to be chilling. So we got.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I've had this. Not honestly, I have not had this since we tasted it because I did not like it.
And I intentionally did not go back and look at my notes. I just knew we did not like it, so we'll go back and check it out later. But
yeah, that will be kind of fun to look at.
And once again, I had it. Well, full disclosure, I have had one of these since I got back. I bought the 6-pack, and I have had one.
Okay.
But when I originally had this, as I stated before, it was on draft at the restaurant. So,
all right.
But anyways.
So that was initially then you're like, well, maybe it's just a good draft thing. Because there are things like that.
Could be. Yep.
Some things just don't bottle well. Very super clear, golden, as you can see on the video, which everyone should be watching the videos now, either at the website, YouTube, all these places you can find them now. It's very nice. Yep. Good head retention, too.
Good head retention.
A little bit of... Dare I say, not as much as I thought. A little bit of lacing. Not a lot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Clinging just a little bit.
Clinging and sliding. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
All right.
I almost thought you were going to say slip sliding away.
Ooh. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away.
Interesting you were just talking about the Odell. Because this has a little bit of that savory kind of hop in there. I should have looked. You know what? New Belgium is really nice. I have to give them credit for a lot of things. They make good beers, but also they do give quite a bit of information at their site for what they use for the grains, what they use for the hops, different things like that. So it's really nice as if you do home brew, or even if you just want to, I love that flavor. What is in there? You know, you can kind of look for those hops in other beers.
And I'm sure we'll have a link to that, to their website.
Of course.
In the link lounge at AboutBeverages.com. But yeah, there is that sort of, that savory kind of, not quite herbal, but yeah, that savory, borderline herbally. It's not, it doesn't have the citrusy notes so much or anything, but there is like almost like a zest at the very far, like a very light lemon zest. It's always good to use the word zest.
Yeah.
That's always good.
I'm getting a little bit of that, but I think that's about as far as it goes.
All right.
But it definitely smells better than I remember it, or at least was prepared for.
We had so much time here, it's gotten warmer. That's good for more flavor, actually.
That's right.
Well, there's definitely more to it on draft.
Okay.
And I'm not getting quite as strong the herbal, the hops that were in the aroma aren't quite as strong in the taste, but yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown, I guess, maybe. But
is that kind of what you felt the other day when you had it in the bottle again?
No, I actually thought it was better, but I think it may have had a little colder.
Okay.
So that would, but when something gets warmer, obviously more of the if there is flavor there,
some more of the true flavor kind of comes out a little bit to some extent.
But maybe I should look at our. Have you looked at our notes?
I haven't said anything.
Okay, yeah. All right. What do you think?
I don't like it again.
Okay.
No, the aroma for some reason is better than I remember it. I remember liking none of the aspects of this beer, and the aroma really intrigued me. I thought, wow, I really missed the boat on this one. But drinking it, it's thin. Then it hits the back. It's very bitter, but not bitter in a good way because it's not cutting through other things. There's not body that it's working with or other nice, like the savory flavors that I got in the aroma. That's not there.
Yeah.
These things are kind of not there. So then you're just left with shooting past the front of your tongue. I'm going to hit the back of your palate. I'm going to stomp on it with some bitterness and then really leave you with nothing else. I'm left with kind of salty, like my mouth's watering a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That's there.
I'm not really dry, a little bit dry on my soft palate, but not much. So just to me, it's kind of empty and bitter.
Yeah. Wow. Kind of like me.
Oh, that's not true at all.
It's like me, empty and bitter.
That's not true.
It'll clean you out, but it'll leave you hollow inside.
Yeah, like eating a spoonful of Drano. Well, I'd rather have this than Drano. But no, it's not, and I can understand why maybe some people do like this. Maybe with food, this is like you had it on draft, so that's obviously a plus for it. But
yeah,
if I was eating this with other things, maybe if I was having it with something that was a little fatty or some fish or something, maybe then that bitterness would be kind of nice. But just on its own,
we're getting toward the end of this one cycle though. 25 March of 12 is, I believe that's certainly not the that's certainly not the brewed on date because we haven't even gotten to that yet as we film this.
No.
So it could be, the one I had the other day at home, I definitely wasn't as good as on draft. What beer really is as good as on draft?
I can't think of really anything. Many. Yeah.
But I thought, this is reminiscent of what I had at the restaurant. Now, definitely at the restaurant there was more. There was just more of everything there. There was more body. There actually were some of the hoppy notes coming through on the nose and on the palate. And yeah, I would agree with what you're saying though. It's salty, sour punch at the back, and just not a lot of flavor. It just has those components. Really, it's just salty and sour. And why?
And looking at the bottle as we were kind of getting to other things there, I was looking at it, and there are 3 different types of hops in it. So they were obviously going for that, and who knows, maybe they went, they're obviously going more for the bittering kind of hops and the aromatic and the other things. And if they just had a little bit more balance in there of something, or a little more body, a little more body, something,
that would help.
I think that would be perfect. But yeah, so aroma maybe a little bit better, but you were bringing up the notes. What have we got?
No. New release in the Explorer series, year-round. Okay, so it is year-round.
It is year-round. Yeah, they've got like 4 in this Explorer series.
We gave it a big 0.
Okay, wow.
Copper, red, yellow in color. Notes of hops in the aroma with hints of herbs and fruit on the end. Okay, that's kind of what you said.
Wow. So I got the exact same thing.
We had the herbal note and a fruit zest on the end.
Wow.
Initially
Did
mild.
you actually say zest?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
but
okay.
No, you had zest here.
I didn't know if that's
Initially mild on the palate, but then turns real herbal and really dries out the tongue. So we got herbal notes, but
I'm not getting the herbal.
Andrew picked up some metallic notes on the finish. Overall, very dry and not well balanced.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Wow,
Still
we're good.
Well, is just we're good except for the fact that I enjoyed this in San Diego.
I would say this is actually really good because this shows once we've drank a beer once, we really don't need to do it again. Well, we know what it tastes like. Plus, we can get it on draft.
Yeah, no, on draft, it definitely is a different beer than in the bottle here. And it could be that maybe they just put in a fresh keg and that this one is approaching the end of its flavor life. I don't know.
Could be.
But anyway.
Yeah. So. Like I said, I definitely I would try this on draft just for the experiment of this whole thing because you've had it one way, actually enjoyed it, and that made you kind of go back to the bottle. And then
well, you suggested maybe we should revisit that, and I was like, okay, and it wasn't like, well, I'll just buy a bottle. I thought from what I had on draft, maybe it changed in the couple of years since we've had it because this has been checking it out. In the it's been 2 years, almost exactly February 26th.
Wow.
Of 2010. So it's been almost 2 years. So, but you never know because things change from year to year, and maybe
it's from that same
better.
6-pack.
Yeah,
probably should mention
that.
That's what's wrong. It's 2 years old, and I kept it in a dank cellar.
But yeah, a lot of the tastes are right on, just not very balanced, a little too dry. So
yeah. All right. Well, unfortunately. That didn't work out quite so well for our palates, but what can work out for you is if you head on over to the website at AboutBeverages.com and check out, I guess, a second set of tasting notes, or will we just repost the same ones?
No, it's a little bit different. Because I honestly, it had us up until the taste, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
Aroma-wise,
you had me at aroma.
You had me at aroma. Because aroma-wise, it was, okay, maybe this has changed. Maybe there's a little bit more to it, but... because our old notes just said notes of hops, whereas actually this one actually really did have some, it had notes as well. Stronger notes.
So there will be new tasting notes, and you can
why not?
Find out where this hits on our recommendation scale. And while you're there, definitely become a fan of us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and hopefully you're either watching this at the website or you're checking it out on YouTube.
That's right.
Because all those things are good. And I've just started using Pinterest. And I will get Keith involved in that as well. And you can check us out there, too. We are Pinterest.com/AboutBeverages.
Oh, that's weird.
I know. Yeah. But whether we like it or not.
Might not want to give this one a shot again.
Unless.
We've tried it twice.
Unless
it's on draft.
On draft.
Try it on draft.